What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lynx Lounge. Today we are looking at arcade ports for the Atari Lynx. And what time is it? I don't know. It's the 90s, so there's always time for some Klax. Am I right? I mean, that's what I always told myself in 1990. Time for some Klax. Now, if you want to talk about a solid arcade port to a portable system, no less, I would say that Klax is right up there. It's a Hall of Fame. I mean, as far as arcade ports go, it was ported to a bunch of different systems. However, the sound effects, the digitized speech, and just the whole vibe, you can't find that in any other system. Not on the Genesis, not on the TurboGrafx-16, not on the NES. This is it right here, to me. It is on the Atari Lynx, the one and only. Now, since there's always time for some Klax, why don't we boot this thing up and play some Klax? I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay, if you turn this game on for the first time, you are going to see some bit of a problem. Maybe, maybe not. The landscape is wrong. Why would they do that? So basically, if you were thinking you were going to play Klax like this, no, you're mistaken. You're going to play it like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip the Lynx. Obviously, we figured that out. And you're going to use your thumb up on the top here and your other thumb, or your fingers, however you're going to play it, just like this. And you're going to hold it like this, and you're going to, play like you normally would play. Thinking out of the box. I love it. This is what this system is all about.
Klax wave.
The gameplay is simple yet addictive. There's a lot of different objectives within the game. The tiles are coming down this conveyor belt. You got to stack them up. Now you could stack a bunch of them up on your little pallet, and then you can decide how you want to disperse them below. There's different Klax waves that you get into. There's just like a regular one where you're stacking 3 of them on top of each other, or 4 tiles, or 5 tiles. Then there's diagonal waves. There's horizontal waves. There's points waves, tile waves, and the higher up you get, obviously the crazier it is. I will be honest with you. I am not a Klax master. I enjoy the game. It's somewhat relaxing to me. Obviously, the higher up it gets a little bit stressed, but there's just something really cool about it. It has a very great atmosphere. Obviously, like I said before, the music is arcade perfect. The sound effects, arcade perfect. The look of it, very, very close to the arcade. I'm not going to knock it because it is a portable system. However, to me, I think this is the best you can get. Some people might look at Klax and go, oh, well, that's a Tetris ripoff. Well, I can't argue with that. I mean, it's not a ripoff per se. However, I believe that when Tetris came out, it really opened up a brand new market for gamers. You had your hardcore gamers, you had your gamers who liked the space games, you had the gamers who liked the 2D side scrollers, the platformers. But then when Tetris came out and it hit the market, I'm saying on the Game Boy, that opened up a whole new audience as far as casual game players went.
Klax wave.
You had a lot of people who didn't play games who are now playing these puzzle type games all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden that market share opened up big time. So is this a direct response to Atari trying to capitalize on a new form of gamer? Absolutely. I would imagine that every company worth its salt had some sort of puzzle game that they were working on. Now, a lot of people associate Tetris with Nintendo. It was the pack-in for the Game Boy. I had it, 1989, I got it for Christmas, and I actually still have that cartridge. I play it today. It's a great game. However, maybe you didn't know this, but actually Atari owned the rights to the arcade version of Tetris. Nintendo owned the rights to the home version. That's why you have your Nintendo cartridges and the Game Boy cartridges for Tetris. Now, do you remember a cartridge that was black and it was Tengen, the Tengen Nintendo cartridges? There was a Tetris version of that as well. There was 2 different versions. Do you know that the Tengen cartridges were actually Atari? That was Atari trying to bypass Nintendo's monopoly on, the golden seal of approval, and you had to be, under contract with Nintendo to make games. Well, Atari bypassed that completely. They made a branch called Tengen, and they kind of snuck in under the radar and sold these really funky, weird black NES cartridges. That was Atari.
Diagonal wave.
So is Klax a Tetris killer? No, I don't think Klax is a Tetris killer. In fact, I think it's its own thing. Tetris is Tetris, Klax is Klax. It's 2 different types of gameplay. Yeah, it kind of has the same vibe, I guess, because shapes are falling down? Okay, but that's where the similarities pretty much end. And if you want to play Tetris, you play Tetris. If you want to play Klax, you play Klax. They're both great games. If I wanted to play Klax, I would definitely play it on the Lynx. Hands down, without a doubt. Not only can I take it with me, but it is probably as close as the arcade as you are going to get. And, there is also a version of Klax on the 7800, a secret prototype version that maybe we'll be able to look at on 7800 Avenue, the new show. That's right, if you tuned in last week, we got a new show about 7800, and we have the Jag Bar, which is still kicking. We've got a lot of episodes that we're filming this week for that. And then also, you're looking at it, the Lynx Lounge. You got 3 Atari shows to pick from. Which one do you like? Let me know below. So if you are traveling and you happen to go into your friendly neighborhood retro game store, definitely look for Klax. You're not going to regret it. It's probably going to be cheap, and it's a great play. Hey, remember, if you're going to play Klax, you got to play it like this. Don't play it like this. This is how dum-dums play it. You got to play it up like that. That's the way the cool guys do it. All right, we'll see you guys next time. See you later. Play it like this, 'cause I'm a cool guy.
Check out Atari.io for the very best in retro life and classic gaming. From Atari to Nintendo, Sega, TurboGrafx, and beyond. Atari.io.